Hey everyone, we're gonna go over Control Resonant, official behind the oldest house behind the scenes.
So many people go at that bit.
And there's something
well,
really
of course,
exciting.
likes to be surprised, yeah.
I feel like we're standing on the shoulders of an aesthetic giant.
Absolutely.
I love the show. Alright, I wanna see what you guys are cooking. Control Resonant behind the oldest house. Alright, cool. Like there's a lot of blood there too, so it's like a zombie game. Welcome to Remedy. Okay, they made those games. Alan Wake.
My name is Mikael Kasurinen, and I'm the creative director of Control Resonant. I'm Juha Vainio, I'm the executive producer of Control Resonant.
My name is Annika Lehtinen, and I'm the lead gameplay animator on Control Resonant.
I'm Anne-Mari Granrus, and I'm the lead level designer on Control Resonant.
My name is Elmeri Raitanen. I'm the art director of Control Resonant.
I'm Sergei Malhov. I'm the lead gameplay designer of Control Resonant.
Okay.
I'm Vida Starcevic, and I'm the senior community manager on Control Resonant.
So the obvious big thing is that now we are outside of the oldest house. In the first game, you really only met people from the FPC.
Oh, so it's a sequel to this
supernatural phenomena. So it's kind of a messed up environment that is sometimes hard to process and understand. So literally sometimes about figuring out how do you navigate this type of environment. But it's also about Dylan, right? He is new to this world. He doesn't quite know himself either. So sometimes he's not quite sure like how to deal with certain things that he faces.
We got to apply a lot of the lessons that we learned from the first game to the sequel. First, we had to figure out what it meant to make a Control game, what made Control special, and what we could improve about it. Yeah, it's been a long ride, but I think the results will speak for themselves.
I feel like
Very
we're
interesting,
standing
honestly.
on the shoulders of an aesthetic giant, so to speak. And for many years now, the developers and the players and Dylan, Faden alike, we have been staring at these oppressive, brutalist walls quite closely. So I think it's time to get a breath of fresh air.
The first game is inside the oldest house, in isolation. And it's about Jessie, who's come from the outside world into that space, right? She's new to that reality. She hasn't seen any of this stuff before. So she learns a lot about these supernatural forces and the nature of the FBC and all of that, but she's kind of trapped inside. Dylan, he's always been inside the oldest house, or for 20 years, his whole adult life. That's normal to him. So it feels poetic and right. But now his journey is from within that place that we saw in the first game to the other direction. It's a reverse journey compared to Jesse.
I never played the first game, so I don't even know what's going on.
Strange place that is normal to him to the outside world. And that outside world is weird and strange to him, yet familiar to us. And there's something really exciting about that.
Very interesting.
Things that I'm most excited about for players to actually experience is all the cool new ways you can finish off all the enemies, because we've put a lot of emphasis on that.
Another thing I'm super keen about is the balance between the aberrant, the melee weapon, and the supernatural powers that Dylan has. So you can get really close with aberrant, and then you can take a step back and use the supernatural powers from a distance.
I wonder if there's any allies in this game, because I like playing with other
the
people.
sense of motion that you have through the
I
world.
hate playing by myself in most games.
Energy into it, and many of you have already seen Shift, the way that you can tap into these gravity anomalies within the world.
My apologies for that. I always get pop-ups on my damn computer and I don't know why.
Mind-bending journeys through the world where it's being supernaturally shaped around you as you navigate through it.
I am excited to see players experience Dylan's story, because there have been so many players that have found themselves in Jesse's story and that have loved Jesse's story. And Dylan was kind of an enigma in the first game, so now we are going deeper and we're going to figure out who this guy is, where he's been, how he's gotten to the point where he is now.
With Control 1, we wanted to establish a new world, basically. It's a new IP, a new experience, and so on. And we have this perspective of a character who is also new to this world. Jessie didn't know what the oldest house was about. She didn't know about the supernatural forces and so on. And we get to learn about that together with Jessie. And I wanted to replicate that feeling with the sequel as well. We call it a sequel, and it is a sequel, but it's also an independent product that stands on its own feet. And to me, these games go together like two siblings. Each belong to the same family.
I gotta play it first. There's so many games I'm missing out, man.
Identity.
You know, like seriously, there's so many games coming out and shit. It's just like so hard to keep
Control is a game that at the point of shooting this, it's like 7 years old, and I feel like the way that the culture, the internet moves these days, you don't really get that kind of staying power with a lot of games. Like there's only a select number of games that you can think of that people are still talking about the way that they talked about it, with the same sort of zeal and love that they talked about it when it launched as they are 7 years after it launched. So that's been incredible to witness, and it's been so humbling to witness, and I don't know what to do with myself when I see people, you know, 7 years in talking about how much they love Control, how much the game meant to them.
What I think resonates with Control audience and makes it one of the biggest IPs we have.
I actually played a little bit of Control before. I thought before I didn't, but yeah, I played a little bit of it.
So story has always been
I really
the center of games, and story is super important.
Play and finish the game because I don't know the whole story.
But when it comes to the second-to-second combat and traversal,
and I'll probably check it out because it's on Game Pass.
Down with gameplay, and we already did that with Control 1, but now with Resonant we are taking it to the next level. So we have the biggest gameplay team in Remedy history working on it.
Returning players will definitely get to see a lot of familiar faces, familiar phenomena. The hiss and mold are there, but of course we're introducing a lot of new things as well. It's a fun layering of familiar things, but definitely facing new challenges.
I think the team really poured a lot of themselves into this game and really listened to the community and to their love and to their criticism for Control, and just improved on it in Control Resonant.
We as a studio, we have existed for 30 years, so there's a really loyal fan base that mean a lot to us. And as we created Control Resonant, it had a special meaning to us. What we wanted to do was make sure that the fans get to experience the things that they've experienced with all the Remedy games in the past, yet at the same time, we wanted to do something new and unexpected, something that we're also invested and excited about to expand the
I played a little bit of Alan Wake 2 before. I didn't really like it though. I liked the first game more. I didn't really like the second one.
And I think that's what stood out to me the most. Like,
even though the second one's a lot more scarier, but all you really are fighting is like
Remedy fan saw this
shadows and stuff.
It. And I think
the first one was doing that too,
is just in a different bit in the trailer when Dylan walks out of the subway and he slams the aberrant open, and so many people go at that bit, and that's just so nice to see that.
Kick their asses, dude. Show these people no mercy. Yes.
Absolute cinema.
Controller. Alright, let me know what you think of this in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.